Dear Africans, join me as I delve into a very important matter, a matter that is continental in scope, but personal in its financial impact. It is economic in nature for the businesses engaged in it, but social in the consequences for the people involved and the society at large. Sports betting is the matter, and in recent years, it has become very popular in Africa, especially among the youths. The football season is currently in full swing, with exciting fixtures in domestic and European football leagues. Millions of Africans, young and old, are getting animated over Man City versus Liverpool, Chelsea versus Tottenham, Arsenal versus Man United, Juventus versus Inter Milan, Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, and so on. Despite the current economic challenges being faced by African nations, millions of Africans still manage to wager their hard-earned money on the potential outcomes of football matches and other sports events. The question you might ask is, what makes sports betting so attractive? Well, it's the promise of quick money. Many Africans see betting as a way to make quick money. Africans, usually the struggling, low-income people, desperate to make ends meet, are lured into sports betting with promises of quick riches, only to end up losing their life savings. Of course, sports betting can be a form of entertainment, providing an exciting way to engage with sports and to potentially earn some extra money. Some people will also argue that sports betting promotes sports development because a portion of the revenue generated goes towards supporting local sports teams and initiatives. However, the dangers of sports betting far outweigh the benefits. While some may win decent sums on a few occasions, the harsh reality is that most bettors end up losing their money. Unfortunately, many of the people who engage in sports betting become addicted to betting and find it very difficult to stop, even when they keep losing and desire to stop. This addiction can lead to serious financial problems, especially when they lose more money than they can afford. This affects not only them, but also their families and friends. Therefore, the consequences can be devastating. Families are sometimes left without food, rent goes unpaid, and businesses are neglected as individuals become consumed by the addiction. Relationships are strained, and in extreme cases, people resort to crimes to fund their habit and addiction. It's important for Africans to appreciate the fact that betting is mostly about luck, and the chances of winning are very low. The betting companies always have a big advantage, and the odds are always in their favor, so most bettors end up losing much more than they win over time. Sports betting companies rake in millions of dollars in monthly revenues and profits, exploiting the vulnerabilities of their customers. The African sports betting industry's annual revenue is estimated at about $2 billion, with Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria as the biggest markets. This is money that could otherwise have been deployed to change people's lives and livelihoods. Therefore, it's time for the Africans engaged in sports betting to rethink their approach to it. Let's recognize the dangers and take responsibility for our actions. Think carefully about its impact on your life. Consider how much money and time you spend on betting and whether it's really worth it. Explore other opportunities to improve your financial situation. However, if you must engage in sports betting, consider the following tips. 1. Set a budget and stick to it. 2. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. And 3. Avoid chasing losses and cut your losses. Otherwise, explore alternative forms of entertainment. Break free from the shackles of sports betting addiction and build a brighter financial future for yourselves and your families. Remember, there's more to life than just winning or losing a bet. Thanks for watching. If you find this video interesting, remember to like and share it. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to receive more and watch other videos.